Local-level elections loom and coalition partners are pressing for an early decision on forging an electoral alliance. Prime Minister Dewa's Nepali Congress has yet to take an official decision. Now, leaders of Congress are sharply divided over whether the party should fight the elections alone or in partnership with the coalition partners. Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Political parties failed to come up with agendas as 54 days remain until the local level elections. Leaders who have reached cities and villages for publicity busy in blame game. The country's second largest new Khimti transmission line with 1000 megawatt capacity to be connected to the national electricity transmission grid. 220 kV capacity new Butwal substation also starts operation. Ukraine's leader Zelensky makes fresh appeal for meaningful peace talks with Moscow. Russia says that soldiers have entered the center of besieged city of Mariupol. And Chelsea continue to perform well amidst uncertainty imposed by sanctions over owner Roman Abramovich. Progress to FA Cup semi-finals with a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough. Senior leaders of political parties have started reaching cities and villages for publicity in preparation for the upcoming local level elections. Now, assemblies, seminars, trainings, meetings, among other programs focused on local level elections are being organized in various places of the country where influential senior leaders of major political parties have busied themselves in criticizing other parties instead of bringing meaningful agendas to solve the problems of the public at large. Meanwhile, the public have been fed up with the age-old practice of leaders bringing election-centric programs and criticizing one another. The public have expressed their dissatisfaction over the promises made by leaders in earlier elections. The concerns and topics that are supposed to be raised for the local level elections have been left unattended by party leaders. The country's second largest power substation, Khimti, has come into operation. Prime Minister Dewa inaugurated the new Khimti 220 132 kV station situated in Ramechhap district's Manthali municipality, ward number 13, amid a ceremony yesterday. The new Khimti power substation was constructed under the National Pride project of Upper Thamakoshi hydropower project in Fulasi Sankhe in Manthali municipality. The electricity produced by Thamakoshi, Likhu, Gazjayang, among other hydropower projects which are under construction, will be linked to this power substation and then connected to the national electricity transmission grid. 456 megawatts of electricity from the Upper Thamakoshi hydel project along with electricity produced by other private sector will be linked to the substation, which will be able to provide 1000 megawatts of electricity to the national electricity transmission grid. Currently, the electricity of the Thamakoshi corridor is connected from the Thamakoshi-Khimti Dhalkebar transmission line to the 400 kV substation in Dhalkebar Dhanusha. Likewise, the 132 kV capacity Khimti-Bara-Bise transmission line has also come into operation. The electricity produced from Thamakoshi is currently being supplied to Kathmandu through this transmission line. The host organization has said that the 220 kV capacity substation is the first in the country to be constructed using the GIS technology. Currently, electricity from 52.4 megawatt capacity Likhu 4 and 29 megawatt capacity Likhu A hydropower projects have been connected to this substation. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why has the Election Commission handed over the printing responsibilities to external press instead of using its own modern machines? Your options are A. Lost for Commission, B. Lack of manpower, and C. No willpower. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. Political parties failed to come up with agendas as 54 days remain until the local level elections. Leaders who have reached cities and villages for publicity busy in blame game. The country's second largest new Khimti transmission line with 1000 megawatt capacity to be connected to the national electricity transmission grid. 220 kV capacity new Butwal substation also starts operation. Ukraine's leader Zelensky makes fresh appeal for meaningful peace talks with Moscow. Russia says that soldiers have entered the center of besieged city of Mariupol. And Chelsea continue to perform well amidst uncertainty imposed by sanctions over owner Roman Abramovich, progressed to FA Cup semi-finals with a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.